Hey folks, this is my comparison video between the Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition on my left versus the iPad Air on my right. To start off, I paid $549.99 for the Note 10.1. That is for the 16 gigabyte model, while I paid $499 for the iPad Air, also a 16 gig model. And we can start off with some of the differences, starting with the Note. First thing up, this has a micro SD card slot. The iPad Air does not. So I can take a micro SD memory card, slip it right inside this bad boy, and immediately the value over the iPad Air is increased. That $50 extra that you pay for this versus the iPad Air becomes worth it automatically. I now went from 16 gigs of internal memory to an immediate additional 59 gigs of free space on a 64 gigabyte memory card, of course. And just right away, that is immediate value. Plus, you wouldn't buy a computer without expandable memory, so why would you buy a tablet without it? Okay, and another feature that the Note 10.1 has over the iPad Air is the ability to use USB devices on the tablet. So for example, if you have a USB flash drive that you want to use, or an external hard drive, or USB keyboard and mouse, you can actually fully use all of those things on the Note 10 with this little device here. It's called a USB hosting cable. They cost about $5–10 bucks on Amazon, and the concept is very simple. You plug the USB device that you want to use into the bottom there, and the small end of the cable into the charging port of the tablet, and up will pop all of the stuff that's on the flash drive, just like on a computer. And it's pretty very useful. Not only can you look at photos, but PDF documents and things of that nature, which really come in handy. Unlike the iPad, that does have a similar cable with the same concept. You plug the USB drive into the bottom port, and that into the bottom of the iPad. Cannot use device. Requires too much power, if you can make out that little note there. That's the first. I'm actually surprised it said that, but basically you can use flash drives only, not external hard drives or mouse or anything of that nature. But you can, normally you should be able to. In prior iPads that I've had, I was able to use a USB device, and but it would only take pictures off. You couldn't read PDFs, files, or anything of that nature. It was only good for pictures. So again, that is a definite one-up for the Note 10.1. All right, yet another feature that the Note 10 has over the iPad Air here, and that is, this is a feature that Apple, for whatever reason, refuses to put into their tablet, and that is multi-user. Basically, you can add different people if you share the device, just like on a computer. If you're sharing it with your family, spouse, or what have you, they can have their own settings, password, and application settings, the whole nine. And all you do is come down in the settings to users, add user, and it basically tells you that you can share the device with other people by creating additional users. Users have their own space, which they can customize with their own apps, wallpaper, and so on. And users can also adjust the device settings like Wi-Fi that affect everyone. Very useful, again, for the family, and the iPad Air just cannot do it. Yet another feature that the Note 10 has over the iPad Air, and that is multitasking. So say you're on YouTube, you're watching a video, and you want to do something else, you sure can do it. You pull out the side menu of compatible apps that are enabled for multitasking. This is just a list of the apps that come on it. You have other third-party apps that have that capability as well. Just depends on the app, but this is a small list of some that are capable of multitasking. chat on. You can go to your contacts, email, view photos, and go through your files, take notes at the same time while you're watching the YouTube video, browse the internet. We'll do that now. I'm opening up Google Chrome. It pops in a split window there, and it's full internet capabilities again while you're watching the YouTube video. The iPad Air simply cannot do that. And here we are still with yet another feature that the Note 10 has over the iPad Air, and that is this infrared port that is on the top or side of the device, depending on which way you're holding it. And basically that allows for remotely controlling your television set. Very nice way of television watching, and that all is made possible through Samsung's Watch On app that comes pre-installed on the tablet. And it's pretty cool to use. You just launch the Watch On app once you have it set up to control your television and cable box. I'll just turn it on really quickly to show you. And you heard it'll come up in a second. And this has full control over, again, the TV and the cable. As soon as it comes up, I'll turn it down a little bit. And again, you can change the channel. Works like a charm. Now, of course, the obvious feature that the Note here has over the iPad Air is the Stylus that comes built into the back there. Whip it out. If you're a student or a professional that needs to take quick notes, this thing definitely comes in handy. I use it all the time on all of my Galaxy Note devices. And it's very packed with a lot of features. I won't get into all of them here, but just to show you just a quick doodle, this thing works very well. And again, the iPad Air just simply doesn't have it. A couple of noteworthy mentions here. The Galaxy Note has haptic feedback. It vibrates. You can basically turn the ringer all the way down and have it vibrate as opposed to making audible noise. The iPad Air cannot do that. Okay, and you won't be able to make it out from this video here, but the screen resolution on the Note 10 is much better than the iPad Air here. 2560 by 1600 versus 2048 by 1536 on the iPad. The Galaxy Note wins on that. And finally, the camera. The iPad Air has a 5 megapixel camera on the back here, while the Note 10 has an 8 megapixel camera and a flash. Why the iPad wouldn't put one on there, I don't know, but it has it. I use it. I love it. So you might be wondering, what features do the iPad do better than the Note 10.1? And I can honestly say absolutely nothing. However, there is one thing that the iPad has over the Note 10.1, and that is LTE capability. For whatever reason, as of the date of this recording anyway, November the 11th, 2013, the Samsung 10.1 is not come on any wireless carrier here in the US. Hopefully, maybe in the future that will be available. But as of now, it's just not there yet. And boy, I tell you, the far less feature-packed iPad is on every cellular carrier, and for me, that is a big deal. For some of you, maybe not so much. But anyway, that is my comparison, folks. Thanks for watching, and don't buy iPads.